Ever wondered about the nature of true wisdom or the essence of profound teachings? Allow me to guide you on a voyage back in time to our destination, the ancient city of Jerusalem. Envision a metropolis enveloped by gleaming hills, its stone walls reverberating with age-old wisdom. Within the heart of this city resided Hillel, a sage known for his wisdom and gentleness. He was no ordinary mortal. His spirit stretched as wide as the cosmos, his heart as profound as the ocean. His existence was dedicated to the quest for knowledge, deciphering the secrets contained in ancient texts. Hillel's wisdom wasn't limited to the written word, it was his living philosophy, his innate nature. He was a lighthouse of compassion and goodwill, always extending a helping hand to whoever was in need. Inhabiting a humble stone house, Hillel's life reflected simplicity, much like himself. However, within the confines of those stone walls, an entire universe of wisdom was unveiled. The rustling of parchment and Hillel's meditative contemplations filled the air, producing a melody of wisdom that echoed throughout Jerusalem's stone passages. His dwelling became a refuge for truth-seekers. The walls, adorned with words of wisdom, seemed to pulsate with deep insight. The flickering candle shadows danced upon these words, narrating tales of their own. As the sun leisurely disappeared below the horizon, bathing Jerusalem in a warm glow, the golden hills seemed to tenderly hold the city. At this magical hour, when daylight gave way to twilight, a young seeker named Ezra, filled with questions and seeking guidance, found his way to Hillel's doorstep. Little did Ezra know this thirst for wisdom was about to propel him on a journey beyond his wildest imagination. As the day succumbed to the orange hues of sunset, a knock broke the serenity of Hillel's peaceful dwelling. The sunset silhouette belonged to Ezra, a budding seeker who had traversed vast distances to reach this humble haven in the golden hills of Jerusalem. Lured by the legends of Hillel's wisdom, Ezra sought not mere knowledge, but enlightenment on the path of righteousness. As the dying rays of the setting sun painted a panorama of lengthening shadows, Hillel greeted the sight of Ezra on his doorstep. A warm smile adorned Hillel's face as he welcomed Ezra into his humble abode. The air inside was dense with the aroma of parchment and ink, underscoring Hillel's relentless pursuit of knowledge. Candlelight flickered, spilling enchanting shadows on the walls that were decorated with profound words of wisdom, each character meticulously carved with devotion and patience. Hillel, comfortably perched on a modest wooden chair, gestured towards Ezra to join him. The room, though intimate, seemed infinite, pulsating with the whispers of ancient scriptures and the quiet rustling of parchments. This sanctum was a haven of wisdom and tranquility, a refuge for those on a quest to decode the enigmas of the universe. Ezra, his eyes brimming with awe, took in the sight. The room was an embodiment of Hillel, unpretentious yet imbued with profound wisdom, seemingly straightforward, yet resonating with intricate layers of depth. The realization washed over Ezra that his travels had guided him to the right place, to a sage who could navigate him on the path of righteousness. After a moment of profound silence, Hillel broke the quietude, questioning, "What brings you to my doorstep, Ezra?" His voice, a gentle yet resonant echo, filled the room. Gathering his thoughts, Ezra responded, "Master, I have journeyed here, attracted by the tales of your wisdom and in search of guidance on my path." Understanding reflected in Hillel's eyes as he nodded. He had met many seekers like Ezra, young spirits hungry for knowledge, growth and comprehension. And so, with a heart brimming with empathy, Hillel began to impart his wisdom to Ezra. Eager to Ezra, challenged Hillel with a peculiar question. "Master, can you condense the essence of our teachings while standing on one foot?" A palpable sense of anticipation enveloped the room as Hillel pondered his response. Hillel, responding to young Ezra with a gentle laugh, welcomed the inquisitive request. His eyes, filled with warmth, twinkled as he looked upon the attentive features of Ezra. Nestled in silence, the room pulsated with the soft rustle of the wind brushing against the stone walls. Gracefully, Hillel rose from his seat, steadying himself on one foot, his robe cascading around him like a fountain of wisdom. Time seemed to hang in the air, drawn out by the gravity of the moment. The candlelight's intermittent glow cast elongated shadows across the room, throwing into sharp relief the lines of wisdom etched into Hillel's face. His voice, a gentle hush, vibrated with the profundity of ages of knowledge and comprehension. "What is hateful to you, don't do to your neighbor," he began, his words reverberating in the hushed silence. Simple phrase, bearing the heavy burden of countless teachings. His voice, unyielding and confident, carried on. "Is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. Now go and learn." His words lingered in the air, as if they were a blessing. Ezra, his eyes wide with wonder, grasped the profound simplicity of Hillel's teaching, a single phrase that encapsulated all the intricacies of existence and relationships. The teaching's core boiled down to a simple, mighty truth: treat others how you want to be treated. Ezra's heart throbbed in his chest as he grasped the profound depth of Hillel's words. The world seemed to halt, holding its breath, as Hillel's truth slowly sunk in. It was a moment of illumination, an instant of comprehension that would steer the course of his lifetime. The room appeared to radiate warmth as Hillel continued to impart tales of empathy, modesty, and the inseparability of all creatures. The gentle buzz of Hillel's voice filled the room, spinning tales of wisdom and gentleness, crafting vibrant images of a world driven by compassion. It was a world that Ezra was eager to investigate, led by the enlightening wisdom of the kind-hearted sage named Hillel. As the blanket of night draped itself over Jerusalem, the student morphed into a keen disciple, and quiet chamber evolved into a hallowed temple of enlightenment. In the profound silence of the night, Hillel, the soft-spoken sage, began to knit narratives filled with eternal wisdom, each tale contributing to a complex tapestry of ancient knowledge and timeless truths. His voice, hushed but resonating, permeated the room, harmonizing with the faint rustling of venerable scrolls and the muted crackle of the candle's flame. Hillel spoke of compassion, the unseen bond that unites humanity, a force of remarkable influence, yet unadorned in its essence. He sketched a vibrant image of humility, an often disregarded virtue, but one that holds immense importance in the vast canvas of life. He shed light on the idea of interconnectedness, the comprehension that we all share a role in the cosmic of existence, each playing our unique part in the cosmic scheme. As Hillel's words filled the room, it seemed to radiate with a glowing warmth, each phrase sparking the fire of wisdom within Ezra. The walls, laden with knowledge, seemed to stir, whispering age-old secrets to those willing to hear. Meanwhile, the city of Jerusalem lay under the silver radiance of the moon, its brilliance reflecting the enlightenment within Hillel's abode. The gilded hills stood as mute spectators to the blossoming of wisdom, their shadows performing a ballet on the cobbled roads under the moon's glow. Within this temple of enlightenment, time appeared to freeze. The flickering candlelight threw dancing shadows on the faces of the sage and the seeker, creating thoughtful silhouettes that moved in sync, the narratives being spun. As dawn loomed, Ezra, his heart swelling with gratitude, rose from his seat. The stories he'd listened to, the wisdom he'd imbibed, was a beacon he would carry within him, guiding him on his life's journey. With a heart full of gratitude, Ezra departed from Hillel's dwelling, bearing with him the beacon of wisdom that would illuminate his path. And so, under the vigilant gaze of the moon and stars, a fresh chapter in Ezra's journey was started, guided by the enduring wisdom of the gentle sage, Hillel. As Ezra's footsteps faded into silence, Hillel found himself swathed in the lunar glow, lost in his own musings. The moonlight illuminated the room with a silvery sheen, the hushed rustle of ancient parchments recounting sagas of wisdom. The solemnity of the room echoed the essence of Hillel's departure, creating a profound tranquility that reverberated through the bare stone walls of his dwelling. A spark of joy, both distinct and profound, kindled within Hillel's heart. The joy of spreading wisdom, of igniting a beacon of light within an inquisitive spirit. He fathomed the depth of this act. A single candle, despite its humble existence, had the power to banish darkness, dispelling shadows with its soft, illuminating glow. It was more than just providing light to a room. It was about igniting a spark within a curious soul, steering it towards the path of righteousness. The thought stirred Hillel, causing his mind to traverse the expanse of human understanding and comprehension. Wisdom indeed was a powerful tool. It served as a beacon amidst the dark ocean of ignorance, a navigational compass in the wilderness of life. Wisdom could rejuvenate, mend, and inspire. It bridged the gap between minds and forged a connection between hearts. Enveloped in the quietude, Hillel felt a wave of tranquility wash over him. The air was heavy with the remnants of his teachings, echoes of compassion and simplicity that swirled in sync with the flickering candlelight. These teachings were not mere words. They encapsulated his very existence and echoed his life's the moonlight, casting spectral shadows within the room, intensified as the night advanced, painting a serene tableau for Hillel to savor. He was merely a simple sage, a conduit of ancient wisdom, a beacon for the lost souls adrift in the stormy seas of life. His tale was not singular, but interwoven with the lives of those he had touched, those he had guided. Thus, in the heart of Jerusalem, Hillel's story resonated through the ages, a tale of compassion, simplicity, and the everlasting power of wisdom. As Hillel's story recedes into the tranquility of the evening, a new narrative is poised to be narrated. A fresh candle is ready to be kindled. If Hillel's teachings have proved comforting and you're eager for more enlightenment, we encourage you to our channel. Our community of seekers of wisdom is constantly expanding, a magnificent mosaic of souls bound by the threads of comprehension and knowledge. Venture with us as we dive deeper into the chronicles of history, uncovering accounts of ancient sages and their deep teachings. Unfold the enigmas of existence, embark on a personal journey of self-discovery, and locate your way in the maze of life. Be reminded, each story we narrate is a torch, a guiding light brightening the path wisdom. Don't let your exploration cease here. Press the subscribe button, accompany us on this enlightening journey, and become a member of our worldwide community. As we journey in unison, let us bear in mind Hillel's teachings. Let the reverberations of empathy guide us, and let the beacon of wisdom brighten our routes. We appreciate your company on this journey and eagerly await to welcome you to our forthcoming exploration.